guys, I am back with another video, and this video did not go as planned. If you'd like to just skip to the recipe, if you're only here for the recipe, I will leave it down below and you can just skip forward. I will leave a little timestamp to when I actually start the baking process. Just know it doesn't end up turning out like I couldn't cut them into shapes, so I just roll them into normal cookie shapes, put them on the tray, and this recipe is really great. Like, it's so good, it's so simple. It only uses a few ingredients, one bowl. It's really easy and it's perfect for the holidays, so I would recommend trying this recipe. But yeah, so if you want to just skip forward and watch the process and what you do, then also I didn't say this in the video because like I stopped filming before I got to that step, but I put my cookies in for about 12 minutes and that was a perfect time. You just want to cook them until the edges get a little golden brown, and then you can pull them and they're perfect. So yeah, just wanted to say that for people who don't want to sit through my explanation. But anyways, let's just get into the explanation. So I think I said this in the video, but I found this recipe a few years ago and I made it normally and it was so good, so yummy. It's a great recipe. I still stand by that statement. I'm just a dingus sometimes. And a few weeks ago I made it and made it into cookie shapes. Like, I rolled it out and then I did sugar cookie shapes of like Christmas shapes, and baked it, and it honestly like went perfectly. Like, it turned out amazing, and so I was like, perfect, this is a great video to do because it'll show people, you know, to make holiday cookies around the holiday. Like, I thought it would be a great video idea. So I honestly don't know what went wrong, but basically it was just way too, like, it pulled apart. It was just, it did not stick together at all, and so when I went to pull back the extra around the shapes, it just fell apart in my hands and I couldn't really pick it up. And then when I went to try and take a spatula to pick the shapes up, it just smushed. So originally I wasn't going to post this video. I was just going to scrap it, which, sorry if my hair is messed up, which really frustrated me at the time because I put a lot of effort into getting this video together. Like, you know, I got all ready, I cleaned my kitchen, and my kitchen is so awkwardly shaped, so it's really not ideal for filming, but I figured it out. And my camera doesn't have a flip out viewfinder, flip out screen, so I literally had to shoot a test shot, careful not to disrupt the lens to ruin the frame, and careful not to mess up the tripod. Like, I had to just unscrew it, turn it around carefully, watch it, make sure that it was okay, and like I did that 3 or 4 times to try and get the perfect like frame. Like, I was just really looking forward to making this video and putting it on my channel. So when it didn't work out, you know, I got frustrated. I just like whistled with my mouth. I got really frustrated. And I wasn't, I went through and I just made them into normal cookies, but I wasn't going to do this video. And then I thought, you know what? I could get upset about something so small as making cookies, or I could turn this around and basically say, you know, things don't work out in life sometimes. Whether it be your fault or something else, or like you have nothing to do with it, like, things just sometimes don't work out. But that's okay. Like, everyone experiences that on some level, whether it be as small as baking cookies or as big as, you know, something major in your life. Like, things don't work out, but that doesn't mean we can let it get the best of us. Sure, we can take time to like be upset about it, but you know, you have to just take a deep breath and let things go. So I just want to show that, like, I make mistakes, I'm human. I still ended up with like really delicious cookies in the end, so all is not lost. Is that the saying? All is not lost. I think that's the saying. And they're really good, and so I just want to share my experience. And there are even just a disclaimer, like, there are times in the video where you're probably like, Paxton, like, why didn't you see that was not gonna work out? Like, I don't know if it was like the fact I melted the butter too much, or, you know, I was halving the recipe, and like halfway through the ingredients, just like the smaller ingredients, like I accidentally followed the recipe instead of having it, so like the ratios were off, so that could have been it. I could have not added enough flour. Like, I honestly don't know what it was, but there were definitely points in the process where I was like, I don't think I'm doing this right. But as I said, I'm human. We all make mistakes. We all experience things not going how we would like. So instead of, you know, scrapping this video, I thought I could turn it and, you know, make it more lighthearted and kind of laugh at myself, but also be like, you know, sometimes things don't work out and that's okay. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you what happened, and I stopped filming, well, yeah, I stopped filming right when I realized that it wasn't gonna work out. So that's all I have, but enjoy. Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I am in the kitchen because we are making really yummy sugar cookies, little cut festive holiday cutter things. I found this recipe a few years ago, and the original recipe is just like a normal cookie, like you put a little ball on a baking sheet and it is a cookie shape, but like maybe a few weeks ago, I think it was, a few weeks ago I wanted to make cutout cookies, so I kind of used this recipe and chilled it, rolled it out, cut them, and it worked out fine. So I love this recipe, and it's even cuter around the holiday season with these cutouts. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Also, sorry if the lighting is weird. My kitchen isn't ideal for filming, but we're making it work. So let's just hop right into it. I have my ingredients right here. Let me look at my handy dandy recipe on my phone. So I am gonna leave this recipe down below, but I am cutting it in half because I don't want as many cookies as it makes. But you can do whatever you want, however many you want. But the first thing we're going to need to do is soften our butter. So oh my gosh, my egg just fell. Okay. Is soften our butter. So I'm just gonna throw this in the microwave really quickly, and I will be back. Okay, so I just put the butter into the microwave for about 30 seconds. I read somewhere that you're not supposed to microwave the butter if you need it to be soft. You're supposed to just let it sit out. But I don't have time for that. So if it's bad, sorry, you can do what you want. But I microwaved mine, and I do that all the time. And it hasn't really, I don't notice a difference, but I just read that one time. So I wanted to address it so no one attacks me. Also, you're going to want to heat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to quickly do that. So then we need to cream together our butter and our sugar. So let's just pop that in. So since I'm cutting this recipe in half, it called for 1.5 cups of butter. And because I'm bad at math, I am taking a half and a fourth. 3/4. 3/4. So, you need 3/4 sugar. I knew it was easy and I was just having a little brain fart, but that was embarrassing. Okay. I'm going to be using a hand mixer to mix, but if you have a stand mixer, that'll work great too. It's just easier, I think, in my opinion, to have a hand thing because the stand is kind of big and bulky. But yes, now we are going to mix. The recipe said to mix it until it was light and fluffy, and they also specified not to overmix, which is something that I normally do because, I don't know, I just like to make sure it's mixed, but they say, they specifically note in the bottom, do not overmix, so I'm going to not overmix it. She says as she mixes some more. Next we are going to add our egg. If you're like me and you're a risk taker, you could just crack it right into I don't think I got any shells. That's always stressful. Never want shells in your baked goods. Okay, and then we're just gonna mix again. Now we're going to add our other ingredients. So that would be the vanilla, the flour, the baking powder, and the salt. So we're going to need a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of baking powder. See, I don't really care if it's salt, I'll just eyeball it, but with baking powder, I really want to make sure that I get the specified amount, because we don't want, oh no, are we running out of baking powder? No. How much vanilla? A teaspoon of vanilla, but vanilla is also something I like to eyeball because I love vanilla. And then we are...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they...
I just realized we're halving the recipe. This is the problem with having the recipe and not writing it down. I've been putting in how much they specified. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just scoop out. As you can see, I'm not, there's the oven, the best baker. Okay, I'll scoop some of this out. You know, the only thing I'm worried about is the baking powder. That's really all I'm worried about. Okay. We're just gonna say that it's good. Oh gosh. Dang it. Ugh. Okay, we'll just have to see how these turn out. Now I'm a little worried. I was confident in the beginning, but now I'm a little worried. Okay. A heaping, it says 2 1/4. I'm gonna say a heaping 1 cup. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I always, oh man. You know what, I'm gonna do this in sections. So let's start this first. I really can't believe I did that. Now that we have mixed all of our ingredients in and the batter is ready, hope that's in the glare on the camera. We are going to chill it because, as I said, this recipe isn't made for what we're going to do. So chilling it just ensures that it's not too runny for holding shapes. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay. Now that our dough is out of the fridge or freezer and is chilled, we can start working with it to make our little shapes. I also recommend, this is just what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it in half just so I have a little bit less to work with at a time. I just find it's easier to work with that way, so should I, how am I going to, but yeah. And also for the next step, you are going to need a lot of flour. So we're just going to sprinkle it on our work surface and make sure that the batter is really covered in flour or else it'll stick. And then we're going to put it on our trays after we cut them out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you saw, it didn't work out, but I still ended up with amazing cookies, and you know, that's, sorry. It's really inconvenient to have like a window facing the street, so like I can see literally everything. Okay, anyways. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed, to just laugh at me or to find humor in it or to, you know, relate to it. I just thought I'd share this video around the holidays. Speaking of the holidays, if you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you had an amazing Hanukkah. Is it still going? It might still be going. Hope you had and are having a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Winter Solstice, all of the above. And if you try this recipe, I'd love to know how it turned out in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in another video. Bye guys.